All right, right there. We should have, if I can get this to work, we should be live. All right, looks like we are. All right, guys. So, it's Chili from O-Town. It's coming back with you a little bit. I was just fooling around with the OBS and putting my green screen back together. So what I was going to get ready to do was a little bit of shooting. I've got a $1,000 bankroll and just going to do a little bit of hot bedding and, you know, practice shooting. So yeah, so if you want, just hang out a little bit and stick with me. Now, I still should have some audio, but it shouldn't be two audios. So what I'm going to do, I was working with one camera, trying to make it my green screen camera, and I realized that was not going to be the best option due to the fact that I'm going to have to do what I'm doing now. And that's adjust this camera every time that I get ready to change. So I'm not going to do that. This camera is just going to remain as my landing zone camera. My other camera is going to remain as my green screen camera. So should be able to, let me go right here and make sure that should be good. Should be good. I was messing with a few things, so I'm going to have to adjust. Yeah, I was messing with a few things, so I'm going to have to do some adjustments. Okay, so let's do a comment and see, testing 1, 2, 3, and see if that's feeding in and see how we have that. So yeah, that's feeding in. We have that setup going. We have our inputs. Let's see if we can get a 6. So our inputs work. Oh yeah, okay. So our inputs work. Let me go ahead and erase that input. Okay. So sorry about the delay on getting started. If you noticed, I had a green screen up from the start, and I was just using the Vegas background. But right here, I got a $1,000 bankroll, and I'm going to basically do some regular normal practice. I'm going to do a $10 pass line and a $25 ATS, which is 10, 5, and 10. See what we can do here. So 3, 2, 3, 6 on the set. Nice route. All right, we got aces. That's not the best of the start outs. The left dice imploded. 1, 1 aces. Go ahead and mark that 2 in the tracker. Roll this around just a little. Okay. Alright, so that's the $10 on the front line that we have to pay. Alright, we're back up. Try this again. 3, 2, 3, 6. Nice route. Alright, 3, 1, 4. So that's a little better results. 3, 1, 4s and on axis single pitch. So now we have a 4. Points of 4. I'm going to limp around into this. We're just going to start out low. We're going to do the 130. Staying alive strategy. Three, 2, 3, 6 on the set. Vice versa. 538. This is an on-axis single pitch. That was a 5. 538 on-axis single pitch. Mark the 8. Yeah, I don't know why I've got a lot of frames dropping all of a sudden. Let me see something right here. I don't know why the frames are dropping as they are, but I did. I mean, I'm hardwired in, so I don't know really exactly what's going on with that internet ISP provider, but it's dropping frames. It's dropping. I don't know what's the deal with that. 21% of the frames have already dropped. Seems like I got a little bit more stable now. Well, as I say that, they start being dropping. I don't understand what's happening right there. But I guess if they're going to cut us off, we're just going to stay with it. So I've got to pay myself for the 8. That's a $35 winner. That's 30. This is the staying alive strategy. So we have to do it this way. I got to have some change for that. So it pays me 35. I dropped the dealer $1, and I wrapped this 60. And I used the $35 plus the $1 I dropped the dealer to get my 8 and my 6. All right, there we go. So we're using a 3236. That's right. We got a 415. 415. That's an on-axis single pitch. 415. We mark the 5. Why is it 5? Okay, so my frames are dropping at a. Next slow down drops a little bit, so maybe something is not quite right. So I got to pay myself for the 5. It pays 49, so I'm going to pay myself 40. Do the same thing. This is the staying alive strategy. So you automatically regress from the first 2 hits, 76 inside, and you are already at an $8 profit. Alright, so there we go. 3236 on the set. Price right. Alright, we got our 134. So this is an implosion left dice, and we hit our 4. As George says, $10. Pay me. So we hit our point. We do not have anything working on the outside, but we made our point. Our point is made. Alright. So we're not working the 76 inside, we're off there. Going back to the 3-2. 3-6 set. To establish a new point. Nice one. All right, 415. This is a single pitch, 415. Our new point is a 5. So the only difference I will do here is instead of putting the 20 in place bid, I'll put it in the odds. Now that I've got now I've reduced to 76 inside, my next hit, if I can get one, I will start spreading to the outside. Nice one. Five, 4, 9. On axis, single pitch, we get the 9. So that 9, it's got 20 on it, it pays 28. So we'll go ahead and drop the dealer $2 for 30. $2 for 30. There's the 30. We're going to put 15 on the 10 and 15 of it on the 4. Of course, anything below 20 is not going to be a buy, so we have to increase that to more if we want it to be a buy. We're good right there. That's right. One, 6, 7. Left dice imploded, right dice stayed on axis. So we was able to progress. Staying alive strategy. We didn't lose any money. Our SOR is showing just barely above the normal average is like 6. So we regressed, staying alive. Then we spread it to the outside. Then our 7 came. So it was not very successful, but it was not a terrible outcome. Now I don't know what's happening with my system. Let me see if some kind of plug-in's not connected just right. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Give me just a moment to see what's happening, or to see if I can determine anything else that's out of the ordinary. No matter where you are or what you do, see clearly can save your life. You can get HD Vision Special Ops for $19.99. You'll also get our HD Vision Night Ops. I don't know what's going on with this. Night Ops, enhanced color, clarity, and the glare of oncoming headlights, both there for just $19.99. Don't wait. Get your Special Ops today. To order, call 1-800-701-9042. That's 1-800-701-9042. Or you can go online at hdspecialops.com. I don't think that was the issue. But I don't think so. I've still dropped almost 8,000 frames. Anyway, it's showing I have a good signal now. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. It looks like they hurt it instead of helped it. Anyway, let's move on. So we have a new shooter. $10 pass line, $25 ATS. New come out. 3236 on the seat. That's right. 156. Implosion both dice, 1-5. So we needed a 6 and a 3, I believe, to complete the last small, and the very first number we get is a 6. Imagine that. That's normally how it works anyway. So let's do the staying alive strategy once again, which is generally 130. We'll go ahead and put the 30 right there. In odds, it'll pay better in odds. So we got 3236 on the set. That's right. Dang it. 617. Left dice exploded. 0.7 out. No, I don't really understand what I've been doing wrong lately, but something has completely changed. I have not changed any kind of grips. I've not changed any kind of stance. I've not changed any kind of, not changed anything. And then here over the past week, Nothing but 7777777. It's just it. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. $25 ATS, $10 pass line. That got my SRR right back in line where I've been running over the past week, about a 4 or 5. But I don't know. I don't know what's the deal. But here we go. We're gonna try it out again. Nice right. Come on, 7. 527 or 257. I don't even know which one I had the left dice with. Come out 7. Pay the ATS back up. 3236. That's right. 325. Right dice or 235. 235. So this is an on axis single pitch. 235. 1 for 5. Now we have to grind back. So our so that last 130 got 0.7 out. So this time we're going 220. We're going 220. I'm looking for a couple of hits. We'll put this 50 odds. 3236. That's right. 6-5. Yo. So this is a drift. Drift. Left dice exploded, right dice imploded. 3236 on the set. That's right. Double pitch. Double pitch. 437 or 347. Wow. This is so terrible. I do not understand it. Yeah. Right back to my, you know, I think I would just as about as soon start throwing random and just use a betting strategies. Start implementing something to the effect of the no 10 or something to that effect. Let's go with the $25 ATS, 10, 5, and 10. Because I've tried changing. I've tried. I mean, I don't know. I just do not understand it. We're going to go with the 6465 set. I'm just going to change the set. 6465 cross 6 is the ice route. 235. So both dice are off axis. We hit a 5. So 6-4. That dice imploded. And that dice imploded. So both dice imploded with the cross 6s. But yeah, let's just do it. Let's put 100. Let's do 100. 440. We've got the 130 knocked off, and then we got the 220 knocked off, so we're going to 440. 6465. Cross 6s. 268. 268 for the 140. We did make a. See, the right dice imploded again. That's a $140 winner. The 6-4 imploded, but this the left dice imploded. The right dice stayed on axis. So that's a $140 winner. let's just go ahead and reduce now. We're going to reduce to the 220 inside. Now we're at 220 inside. We had one hit with 440, so now we're going to stay with the, that was an 8. We're going to stay with the 6465. Cross sixes, that's right. Aces, that's an on-axis primary hit. Aces in both places. Cross sixes to hit aces in both places. That was a good result. Those are far and few in between here lately. The on-axis primaries. That's right. 145. So the right dice exploded. We got a point though. The right dice exploded. Left dice stayed on axis. The right dice exploded. 145. We hit our point. So it pays 50 on the front and it pays 70 on the pass line. I mean on the place bet. I should have had that in odds, but who cares about it at this point? It's only like $2 difference. In the back, actually it's $5 difference. In the back it would have paid 75. So now that we hit that point, we can regress again to the 130. So we're kind of grinding our way back, but we're still down. We're down a few hundred. But our points made. I thought our point was a 5. How come it's not showing? Okay, so I didn't insert the 5. So let me set this back. I hit a 5, and then an 8, then a 2, then a 5. Alright, so I made my point. Alright, 6465. Here we go. Nothing working on the come out except the pass line. That's right. 145. So our right dice exploded again. 145 this time. So we're back on the 5. We're going to take that $30 and put it in. It's actually 35, but we're just going to take 30 of it and put it in odds. So we're back on the 5. 6465 in the set. Nice route. 4-4 or at 8. The right dice imploded again. Made it hard 8. So the left dice stayed on axis. The right dice exploded. I call it an implosion. It was actually an explosion. Got 30 on it. It pays 35. All right, so we're going to continue our regression down to the 76 inside. And go ahead and do with a staying alive strategy. Alright. 6465 in the set. That's right. 5-2-7. So our left dice this time exploded. Our right dice stayed on axis. Left dice exploded. Now we were able to do a little bit of getting some of our money back that time. Because because we started with 440, we regressed to 220, we regressed to 130, we regressed to started our ascension on down, to 76 inside. That was a 7 out. Push the SR back to below average. Okay. So that was a 6465, I said. The 7 should not have come in that form of the 5-2. If it came, it should have come in the form of the 6-1. As a double pitch, but again, we're not generally been shooting on the axis here lately. I'm doing a $10 pass, a $25 ATS. We're going with the hardway set this time. 5-3, 5-3. See if we can find on axis throws. I'm going to got myself off of axis and I don't know. So this time we got a 2-1, 2-1-3, perhaps 3. Something is off axis. Let's see, we did a 5-3, 5-3, and we ended with 2-3, no, 2-1, 2-1-3. So the right dice exploded. We got to re-up $10. We're going again, 5-3, 5-3. Two hardway 4. This may be that's an on axis primary hit. That's the primary. I'm going back to the 220. 5-3. 5-3. Place her up. Alright, we got a 3-2, 3-2-5, 3-2-5. This is a single pitch. 5-3, 5-3. We hit a 3-2. It's actually it's a single pitch. 3-2-5. So we got 50 on it, pay 70. We'll go ahead and grab some money for the outsides. We'll get 35, on the 4-10. Wait a minute, we're doing the staying alive. We're doing the 220 version of staying alive. So the first hit we have to move down to 130. We're moving down to 130, staying alive. Yep, 5-3, 5-3. Price her up. 4-3-7. Double pitch. This will be a double pitch on axis, so it doesn't really even matter what set I use. You cannot get past average. You cannot even get to average. 5.0 SOR. I can't even get my SOR to the average. So I don't know what has happened here lately. $25 ATS, $10 pass line, 3-2, 3-6. That's right. we've got a 268. That's our on axis primary hit. Far and few in between those. We get 8 primary. Let's try 220 again. Try 220. Got 60 on the odds on the 8. 2, 3, 6 on the set. That's right. 3, 6, 9 on axis, single pitch. Got 50 on it. Power says 70. We start the ascension down to 130. So that hit right there should have actually probably got us close to for this shooter into a Yup. That's an on axis double pitch 5-6. 3, 2, 3, 6 on the set. Nice route. Two, hard 4. Right dice exploded. We have nothing working on it. We have nothing working on the 4 or 10 at this moment. That's right. 4, 6. On the axis, single pitch, we have to hit the 10, we have nothing working. All we need is a 12 to complete the tall. So, we're going to change up the way we bet just a little bit. We've not been able to regress down to 76, so we're just going to pull this off and change the way we bet a little bit. So we're leaving 30 on the 6, 30 on the 8, 25 on the 5. We'll do the horns for 5 each, and we'll do a $15 fee. Playing an iron cross with a horn, with a $5 horn. Well, $20 horn. And we're going to use the 6-4, 6-5, and try to pick off a 12 primary. Got a 5-1-6. We hit a 6. So put that in the tracker, but that's not going to change our bids. That 30 pays 35. It's going to re-up the field, re-up the $20 home. 6-4, 6-5. The left dice actually exploded. No. Yeah, because we had a 5-1-6. So our left dice actually exploded. Nice route. AC Doocy. This is an on-axis single pitch. So this is that worked good for our horns. We had a $20 horn, so 15 of that goes to pays for 3 here and 75 for the 3. So we replace the $5 horns. Our field's still up. And we shoot the 6-4, 6-5 once again. Trying to get the 12. We'll take the aces right here. Trying to hit the 12. And there's a 3-6-9. This is an on-axis single pitch. We hit our 9. So with 15 in the field, we have to drop the needle or a nickel to get our horns back up. And we're shooting 6-4, 6-5 again. Trying to get the 12. Nice route. We've got the 4-6-10. So this is an on-axis, single pitch, same way. It pays 15 in the field. We lose our horn, so we drop a nickel to get our horn numbers back up. Marker 10. Alright, 6-4, 6-5. Nice round. 5-6, yo. Right dice actually explode. Left dice exploded. So it pays 15 in the field, and it pays 75 for the horn. We replace the horn and we collect 75. Mark the yo. Now the left dice actually exploded because we're using the 6-4 into the 5. 6-4, 6-5. That's right. 2-3-5 on axis and pitch. Actually, that's a primary hit. 6-4, 6-5. This is a primary hit. 6-4, 6-5, and we hit a 3-2-5. So again, 25 pays 35. It covers this 15 and that 20 on there. Hey, what's up, Robert? How's it going, man? Yeah, I'm okay. I've had 36 rows. You see right now I need aces and a 12 to complete an all or to complete a small and a tall. I've had 36 rows and my SOR 7.2. So I'm doing better than I did yesterday, because yesterday after 36 rows I had a 6.0 SOR. So I'm using the cross sixes right now, trying to hit the aces or the 12 and complete one of the 2 or even both. There's a 5-3-8, 5-3-8. So our points made right there. So we got 30 on the back. It pays 36. That 30 is going to pay 36, and this 10 is going to pay 10. All right. So in order to, we have to drop 35, which is right there, to get our horn and our field back up. We'll go ahead and do that. Point is off, so I have to take that 30 and put it on the 8. That way I still have my iron cross working. I'm going to mark the 8 because I just hit the 8 and that's the point made. So I'm going to work my bits. I'm going to use the 6-4, 6-5 because I'm still trying to pick off the aces and the 12. So I'm still using the cross sixes. Nice work. We got the 3, but we didn't get the aces. 213. All right, 213. So we got the 3. So we lose on the front, but we get 75 for the horn. We get 15 for the field, but we got to take the 15 for the field and replace our horn. So we got 75. We read up our front line. There we go. 6-4, 6-5. We're shooting the same. Shooting the same set. Actually, I think that was a 1-2-3. So we was on axis. I had my black dice on the left that time. That was an on axis single pitch. This time we got to come out 7. So our right dice actually exploded. Our left dice 6-4 stayed on axis. Our right dice 6-5 jumped, exploded. So we lost everything. Could not complete our all-tall small. That's a come out 7. So the only thing we gained out of that was the front line. We lost everything else. So that knocks our ATS off, only needing a 2 and a 12. And that seems to be like a recurring theme. I get that a lot. But I was kind of happier with that shooter because I had 1, 2, 3. Let me just look. I had 1, 2. That shooter went from like 15 rows. That was like the first double-digit rows that I've had in a long while. Didn't make much money. It made a little bit of money, but I quit counting betting when it got time to hit those. When it got time to change across 6s because I was betting, but I was playing an iron cross, so every hit near about was just recycling itself. Well, any of the craps numbers, I was putting an extra 75 in my rack, so I probably hit 3 of those. So I probably made 225. So I'm still down. I started with 1,000. This probably needs. This right here is actually 450, 650. Probably got about 700. I'm probably down about 300. Let's shoot it again. We got our pass line up. We got a quarter up for our ATS, and yep. Let's do it again. 3-2, 3-6 on the set. Start back over with the 3V. Nice route. 1-3-4 or 3-1-4. I'm not sure, but either way we got a 4. Probably a 1-3-4. All right, so we have a 4. Let's start out with the 220. 220 on the inside. And try to work it down to the 76. Try to regress down to 76, doing the staying alive. That's right. 369. On axis, single pitch, 9 to pay 70. First hit. And our SOR has been kind of bad. Hey, what's up, Dice Tosser? 6-5, 6-5s, getting the 2s and 12s. Yeah, 6-5, 6-5s would do it. 6-5, 6-5 is actually the hard way set. So the 12 and the aces both would come by way of primary hit. And the 6-4, 6-5 basically does the same thing. It's just the difference in 6-4, 6-5 compared to your 6-5, 6-5. If I get a double pitch, well, if either one of us get a double pitch, we're going to get a 6-1-7. But your set on a double pitch would also yield you a 2-5-7. So I have to have one of the dice to be off axis to get a second set of sevens right there. Where your hard way set, you got two ways to hit the seven. If you look at your dice, you can hit your dice with a double pitch with 6-1. You can also hit with a double pitch with 5-2. Whereas in my set, I can only get a double pitch. I can only have 1-7 because the way my dice set 6-4, 6-5, they can't rotate. One of the two would have to get off axis. That's all I'm saying. So that's the difference in using the 6-4 and the 6-5. I mean the 6-4, 6-5 is compared to your 6-5, 6-5. Because 6-5, 6-5 is actually going to be inline sixes instead of cross sixes. And if you say a double pitch, it's always going to be a 1-6-7. But another way to double pitch is once they're both there and then another double pitch, so you have a 5-2-7. To where on my dice set, a 6-4, 6 cross sixes like this, the double pitch will always get you, doesn't matter what, because you still got 1-6-7. But there's no double pitch right here for my 5s because the 2's never on this side. Alright? There's no double pitch if my red one goes to 4 because there's never a 3 on this dice. So, and then if you go one more spin, which is the aces, well, of course the aces again. But if you go backwards, which would be the 3 on this dice, we've already looked at that, there's not a 4 on this dice. And if you look at this 2, there's never going to be a double pitch and get you a 7 here because there's not a 5 on this side. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I like to use the difference in the 6-4, 6-5 as compared to a standard inline set, which is going to be a hard way, which is going to be 6-5, 6-5, or actually 6-2, 6-2, or actually you could go 6-3, 6-3, or you could actually go 6-4, 6-4. All 4 of them are hard way sets, and they're going to do the same. They're going to be the same way. It doesn't matter the way you look at them. They're going to be 2 different sets of 7s on the hard way set if you double pitch. And it doesn't matter which hard way set you do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you use a 3-2, 3-2. It doesn't matter which hard way set you use. There's always going to be 2 ways on those dice that will double pitch. There's going to be, there's going to be 2 ways on that dice set. Doesn't matter which set you use on the hard way, that if you do a double pitch, there's going to be 2 different sets of 7s. So it doesn't matter which hard way set you use, there's always going to be that. That's why I changed mine up and do the cross sixes instead of inline sixes. And it works the same way kind of with the 3V. That's why you turn one of them. You do the 3-2, 3-6. Because all you're doing basically is going ahead and rotate one to get one of them so that you have to get one of them off axis. Because it doesn't really matter what set you use. Generally, any which way you look at a dice set, a double pitch just about on any dice set is going to yield you, if you use the 2V, if you use the 3V, if you do a double pitch, you're always going to get, it doesn't matter really what kind of set you use. If you use a 2-4, 2-3, double pitch is going to get you a 7. But any hard way dice set, regardless of what you use, there's going to be 2 different sets of double pitch 7s on that set. That's keeping things on axis. So when I change mine to 6-4, 6-5, all that's basically doing is eliminating one of the hard way, one of the double pitch rotations. You're never going to eliminate that one. If you got both 6s up, there's always a double pitch 1-6-7. But yeah, that's how that works. So that last hit, what did I hit? Did I hit the 9? Hit the 9, I think. So yeah, I got my first hit, so I was going to go ahead and start reducing right here to staying alive. So I go to 130 inside from the first hit. 220, collect 70, and reduce to 130. So I had 220, I collected 70, that's 290. And and I still got 130 on the board, so I put 160 in. So yeah, so I've got basically got $60 more still invested. We're using the 3D set right now, 3236. That's right. We got a 4-6-10, 4-6-10, which is an on-axis single pitch, but I don't have any money on the outside right now because I'm still trying to stay alive, which is going to be regressing down to 76 inside. Once if I can complete the 76 inside regression, then I can change up and get the outsides. That's all right, we got a 5-4-9, which is an on-axis single pitch again. So we got 35 on it. It pays 49. It pays 49. So this time we're able to. Of course, I've showed this a lot of times, but once I go from 220 to 130, that's one move. But once I go any lower than the 130, I take it in 2 steps. The first step is reduced to 5 and 9. The second step is reduced to 6 and 8. And it might not be in that order. You might reduce the 6 and 8 first and then the 5 and 9. But yeah, that's how that goes. So let's go to 3-2. We're staying with the 3-2-3-6. We're trying to get one more inside hit, like a 6 or an 8, so we can reduce to 76 inside. After that, you know, it's possible that we might change sets and go for that 6-4, 6-5. All right, we got a 4-6-10 again. So this is an on-axis single pitch again. So that didn't have anything on our ATS. It didn't have anything on our reducing to 76 on our staying alive money. It didn't have anything. So we have to take another shot at it. That's right. Four, 5, 9. Right dice imploded. 4, 5, 9. We got 20 on it, so it pays us 28. It pays us 28. That fashion there. So now we're able to go ahead and reduce these to 76 inside. This will complete our regression. Now we're at 76 inside. So we hit a 9 again. We have not really hit enough numbers. We definitely haven't hit many numbers. Somewhere down the road I hit a 4. And it's not marked in the thing either. Hang on, did that while ago? 14, I hit a 4, then a 9, 10, 9, 10, 9. I hit a 4, a 9, 10, a 9, a 10, and a 9. Okay, so I have hit the 4 because my puck's on the 4. I just never put it in. Yeah, I changed a little bit of something. I don't know if it's happened, but over the past, say, 15 to 18 rows that I figured something else out that I have tweaked. So hopefully that's been my issue, because the row before this shooter here, I had like 15 or 16 rows, and now I'm already up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is row number 7 coming right here. All right, so I haven't hit enough numbers really to go to the 6, 4, 6, 5. I still need a 5, 6, and an 8 before I really need to change. And I just now made it to 76 inside. So I'm going to shoot another shot or 2 of 3-2-3-6 with 76 inside. Nice route. That was a short throw. I probably get in trouble with the dealer with that. It didn't hit the back wall. That's an on-axis primary hit. He would probably want to scold me right there, or warn me. That pays 21. So what I'll start doing right here is I will take 2 hits to get the outsides, and I will then, well actually, that got my numbers up to where I'm only needing extremes now. But I can leave, let's see, so I can change this up a tad now. We can play, well, no, we don't need to change that up yet. We need to change, we don't, I don't know, I'm short something somewhere. Anyway, I don't know, I'm short something somewhere, but that's okay. Either way, it doesn't matter, even if it is $5. I need to go on and go over to the 6465, but I don't have my bets built up like they should. So what I could do, drop a nickel there, and a nickel there. That's 25. That one's right. That one's 23. It needs to be 30. See, if I do all that, it's going to be kind of getting me a little bit of short. So let's stay with what we're doing, 3, 2, 3, 6. Stay what we're doing for another couple of throws and try to press those back up to the 130. That will take 2 more inside hits. $3, 1, 4. So we got our point made. That's only a $10 winner because we've never moved any money to the outside, which is okay. It's actually a benefit because what we can do, we can just go ahead and shoot the 6, 4, 6, 5 on the come out, not working anything here. Go ahead and try to pick off one of the craps numbers with the 6, 4, 6, 5, even though we're not placed, even though we lose on the pass line, we'll take that chance. And we got a 1, 5. We got a 5, 1, 6. So we hit a 6. It was not working on the pass line. We hit a 6. Our new point's a 6. So that got us a new number on our small side. And we don't have to play that there now. We're going to go ahead and change over to the, we're going to go ahead and change over to the 6, 4, 6, 5 set. We're basically playing an iron cross with a $15 field, $30 6 and 8, $25 5, and we're playing horns. Horn numbers. 6, 4, 6, 5. This is what we're trying to hit. Is the extremes. You might get me again right there because that one dice didn't never hit the wall. 4, 5, 9. We have a $15 field. We have to get the data a nickel to keep our horn bets working. 6, 4, 6, 5. That was actually like a drill or some issue because both dice were off axis. $3, 1, 4. This is a single pitch on axis, single pitch. We hit a 4. We have to again drop the data or a nickel to keep our horns working. Our field gets paid, but our horns go down. We want to keep them up. 6, 4, 6, 5. And if we can just get on axis just a time or two and get 1 or 2 of those horn bits, it's going to make up for us dropping these nickels. That's right. 369. This is an on-axis single pitch again. 59. Same thing, we have to drop a nickel to keep our homeruns going because our field gets paid, but we have to re-up our homeruns. And it'll be really sweet whenever we get the aces or the 12, because it's going to pay double in the field and it's going to pay 150 for the home run. That did it. 6-4, 6-5. Right dice exploded, created a 7 out. So yeah, if we can get our dice working on axis, and as you pointed out, things are looking a little better than they were 2 days ago. And of course, again, yesterday, I only shot 36 rows yesterday because it got so frustrating after 36 rows that I just give it up. But I'm into it for 51 rows now, and I have an SOR of 8.5. So things have changed a little. Things have changed a little. Bankroll wise, I'm still down some, but I think that was from the earliest, probably 15 or 20 rows, because when I was at 36 rows for a long, I think my SOR was, it was better than the 6. Because I remember being at 36 yesterday, it was at 30, it was at 6. Today it was just a little better. Let's give it one more roller. 25, 10, 5, and 10 ATS. $10 pass line. We're going to shoot this again. Because that roller there lasted for, that roller went on 1, 2, 3, 4. He started at roll 43. And he went to 55. So he shot for 14 rolls. Sorry about that. My feed is in and out. Yeah, sorry about that too, because I'm showing where I'm dropping a lot of frames today. So I don't know what's actually happening, but my signal does show to be unstable. I don't know why. I don't know the reason of that. I don't know the reason and the cause of that. Every now and then it does that mess, and it is showing unstable, very unstable. I've lost over, it's dropped over 46,000 frames since I've been on. I've been on an hour. That's highly unusual. So I don't know exactly what's happening right there. Unless it's just something in my ISP. So I don't know exactly. Every now and then my ISP gets acting up and I have to go and reset the router and let it reset and reconnect and do all that mess. And that might be what's needed right now, because I have not reset it in a while. And then another thing is I have two, I don't know why it's like this, but on my ISP they've got it set up where there's I have two different connections. I have a regular Lynx and a Lynx 5G. And for some reason, I can't pick up the Lynx 5G where my dice table is. But in the house, when I'm in the house closer to the router, and the regular Lynx 5 Lynx systems don't come in real good, I can take my phone and swap over to the 5G, and it comes in great. So I think it's something to do with that. But where my table is here, I don't have an option to change to the 5G. It does not find that network in my computer. Even if I reset the router, it still will not find that network. So I don't know. I might just have to, if it's still cutting up and acting up tomorrow, I'm just going to reset the router. But I'm going to go ahead and give this one one more roll. That's all right. Doing the now there's the 6. Look at this bull crowd. There's 6-6. Not even trying to hit it this time because I'm on the 3V set. All right, Robert. If you lost me, my bad, my friend. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So I've got the 6. I've got a front line. I've got a Rio. 3-2-3-6. Nice, all right. 4-6-10. This is a known axis, single pitch. 4-6-10. Mark the 10. Go ahead and let's get some bets going. We're going for the 220. And we're going to stay in the live strategy. We're doing a 3-2, 3-6. Left dice imploded. Hit the 5, it pays 70. Put them on 5. We're going to start our regression for our down to our 130. This way we put 160 back in our rack out of the 220. 3-2, 3-6, and the dice hit. That's right. 5-1-6 on the axis, primary. We get our primary hit, so it pays 35. We're going to do it in the 30, 5, we drop $1, we rack to 60, basically we're racking 59. So we've already racked 160 plus 159. So basically we racked 220. And we had 220 out there to start with. So basically at that point we have our money off for that shooter off of the board. 3-2-3-6. Price without. Six, 5, yo. Drill. Marking yo in the tracker. Now we need to 8 and 9. So we're setting nicely in the ATS area for the tall, because even though we've been off axis twice and hit the 11 and the 12, we're setting nicely to be able to get the ATS tall. Nice one. There's 5-1-6, so this is an on axis primary. We've got 18 on it, it pays 21. We'll go ahead and complete our regression to 76 inside. This is staying alive. This is the staying alive method of males Only difference is instead of me starting at 130 and doing two hits to regress to 76, I started at 220 and took 3 hits to regress. That was a 6. We're staying with the 3V because we need an 8 and a 9 to complete a tall. So there's no need moving off that set. That's right. And we got a double pitch. So 4-3-7. Double pitch out. We did regress all the way down to 76 inside, starting at 220, so we definitely made a little bit of money that time. We probably made about enough to cover our ATS 25 and our front line. So we probably just basically didn't lose money for that shooter. That helped bring our SOR back up a little bit to more decent numbers. We're at 9. Actually, I got to put the 7 in. We're at 8.3. So that's not the most terrible SOR, but it looks pretty good for late, as of late. I'll shoot this thing one more time. $25 ATS. We have a $10 pass line. We're going right here with 3-2, 3-6 dicey. Dice are out. Alright, we got a 1-3-4. Your point is a 4. We're going with the same format. We're going to 220. Trying to go 220 and reduce to the 76 inside. 2.6. Place her out. And it didn't work out so well. That sucked. Double pitch right away. That one. So now we have a 7.5 as well. So we got 220 up. We got to put a quarter up for ATS and a $10 pass line. So that's 255. There's 250. 255. Everything's up. We'll shoot this again because that was just terrible. That was terrible. 3-2, 3-6. We're not wanting to come off. Nice round. 6-4-10. No. Yeah, 6-4-10. So our new point's a 10. I don't know, that's a 6-4 or 4-6. But either way, it's a 10. 3-2, 3-6. Nice round. 3-1-4. On axis, single pitch. Got another working. 3-2, 3-6. Nice route. 4-4 hard 8. This is a primary hit. Play 7. And we are staying alive. So the first time we're going to 130 inside. Bad as we want to be able to keep it up and keep trying to get hits, since we have that 0.7 out with 220, we have to stick to the plan. That's an 8 hard way. So we have to stick to the plan, which is 76 is staying alive. We're starting at 220, 3 hits down to 76 inside if we're fortunate enough to get the 3 hits. Nice route. Free 3, hardway 6, primary hit. That's definitely something we have not seen far and few in between. Is 2 primary hits in a row. 3, hardway 6. So that's going to press. That's going to be able to. It's going to pay us 30. 5. 35, I'm going to drop the digger $1 to be able to go to 36, to be able to go to 18 each. That's our first half of the regression. 76 inside. Staying alive, male, staying alive, staying alive. 3, 2, 3, 6. That's right. 2, 2, hard 4, right dice exploded. We did the hard 4. Off axis, right dice exploded. Helps a little bit on the ATS, but we need another hit to progress to 76 inside. We need one more inside hit to be able to progress to 76 inside. That's right. 2, 1, 3, or actually 1, 2, 3. AC Doocy, that's a drift. Left dice imploded, right dice exploded. 3, perhaps 3 drift. We're staying with the 3, 2, 3, 6. We need one more inside hit. That's right. 6, 3, 9. Left dice exploded, 6, 3, 9. That's going to be a $49 winner. 35 pays 49. $49. Helps to finalize the $76 inside, and we're at 79. So we should have the to a profit for this particular shoot. We're picking up more of our ATS numbers. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and we're going to swap up our strategy. We're going to shoot for the extremes. We need the 10, 11, we need the 11. We need the 12. We need the 2 and the 5. So I got a quarter on the 5. I got basically playing something like an iron cross. Except I'm going to go ahead and get the 9 for $10, the 4 for $10, and $10 on my odds on my 10. Well, I don't have to play no odds on the 10 because if the 10 hits, I'm going to get paid on the pass line. I'm playing a $15 field, and I'm playing a $20 home. And I'm needing the 2, the 5, and yo on the 12, 11 and 12. So I'm going to the 6-4, 6-5 set. Playing basically like an iron cross, but I've added a couple more items. And we got the 4-2-6. So this is an on axis, double pitch, 4-2-6. 30 gets paid 35. It replaces the 15 field and a $20 winner. $6-4-6-5. That's it. That's right. Double pitch. No, it's actually a right dice exploded. I'm getting that a lot with this 6-4-6-5 set. But that did it. That ended it. That wiped me out. Not actually like on Bank Road, but that did finish me up. That was going to be my last roll. I got close to getting to the ATS, but did not make it. So 7 out, pushed my SOR back down to 7.7, which is a little bit better than average, and it's a lot better than what I've been seeing lately. But bankroll wise, I need 100. I've got 400 and maybe 40. I got about 440. So I lost about 550, 560, something like that. So I had some early 7 outs, and then things changed for me a little bit later. Started getting a little bit better rolling. Never could hit an ATS, but again, things looked a little better. So I was able to do a little bit better on my ATS. So, you know, that's all I really can, that's really all I can do is just like I said, I just got, things got a little better. And SOR wise, things are getting a little better. So I made a couple of little tweaks to my throw, and it seemed like it worked a lot better. I don't know what's going on with my stream, but there's some settings that's still not working. I mean, there's some network connection that's not working the greatest, because it is actually like dropping frames. But anyway, on that note, Chili from O-Town, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you hanging out. And on that note, Chili from O-Town and Dice